Hello, friends. Welcome in. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully we can find... I can find myself. Get myself sprinkled out there to everybody. Again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you to Miss Yvonne for hosting this event. She is the Craftin Gammy, and her event group is the Double Trouble group. So thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And let me see. I did forget to wear my t-shirt, and I am so very sorry. I have been fighting a migraine all day, so not at my best, but we will do the best that we can. Hello there, Miss Colleen. So, Miss Colleen, thank you, dear. Are you still gonna be up after me? At least that's what I have in my notes, that you would be up after me. So, or am I the last presenter? I never know. Half the times I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Alright, so let's get started. I am the last one? Okay, I thought I saw Miss Colleen on earlier, but I was like, did I mess something up? So thank you so much for being here. Again, I am sorry I'm not wearing my shirt, but I literally am getting up from trying to deal with this. My daughter is like, yeah, I thought I saw you on, because I did share you out while I was trying to eat a little something to see if that would help, because I've been taking meds and sleeping. So, but I was like, maybe I'm loopy and I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. So, but thank you so much for having me, Miss Yvonne. I really appreciate you. I know how hard it is to put events on, so I'm very grateful for this. Let me go ahead and turn y'all down so you can see what I have on my desk. So this is a project that I have been working on now for a bit, and I'm calling it my snow globe journal cover. And so I've made the base and everything. I did it when we were one live that I was playing with clay. The snowy part in here is clay as well. That is clay up there, and then this is clay. So we're going to get this filled in, and we're going to get it glued and put in place. And then we're going to actually disassemble a book together, because there's some pages in it that I want to use inside of this journal. But I want to add some snow effect, so let me grab my glitter to add inside of my snow globe, and we'll work on that. Okay. Yeah, because I thought that was you painting the little gingerbread man. I absolutely love watching you paint, Miss Colleen. You're so talented. I just absolutely am always in awe when I'm watching you. Okay, so as you can see, I have built up my little snow globe. This is a piece of wood that I got from the Dollar Tree back when they were selling the 2 rounds. I don't know if they still do or don't. And then these are some little wood pieces that I had, and this is part of packaging. Oh, but you are so talented, my friend. And I just am always in awe. Okay, and I left a little bit of an opening here. Maybe not enough of an opening to try to put some glitter in. Let me see if I can get my little spout to work for me today. If not, we might have to rethink this on how I'm gonna get this in here, because I didn't think about how big to leave my opening. That wasn't very smart. I know the barometric pressure has been completely off today because, oof, yeah, that was the type of migraine I was having. So that means something's coming in. I don't know what it is, but something's coming in. So this is just chunky glitter that I'm going to be using. So we'll see how this goes. Where did I get this from? I don't even know where I got this one from. But this is about as much glitter as I prefer to use. It's usually for things like this. So let's see if we can get this to, it's going. It's getting in there. So that's good. I really like this little silicone dome here. What do we call these things? I think I got it like in the cooking aisle of someplace. But it's what I use for my glitter, whether it's to put it back or to dump it in when I'm doing snow globes or something like that. Because again, this is about where I would use any type of glitter. It's for like a snow globe. So see, there we go. I think that's more than enough. So I'm going to pull this out, and if there's any residual, let's get rid of it. I need to do some, and what I like is that it's collapsible, so it fits in my little box. That's what I love about this one. And then I can close this up and put my glitter back. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. Thank you, Miss Yachty. So see, it's gonna give us this really cute little effect. It might be a little bit too much snow now, but it'll be fine. I think it still looks pretty cute. So let's get this baby sealed up, and let's put this together. So I'm using glossy accents to seal. This is vellum paper with some snowflake design that I have on the back. So I'm using my glossy accents to help me seal it, because if you've never used glossy accents, it's kind of like a almost like a fox resin. It dries hard and it dries clear. So we are going to put some of this all along this right here. And if you want to see how I do the clay part, the video is on the YouTubes, because I did do it on a live recently here. But as we know, things tend to get erased. So if you didn't see it and you can't find it, you can find it on my YouTube page. And we will let give that some time to dry, because it will need some time to dry. Okay. I'm actually going to put a little bit down here just to seal it off, because I have a tiny bit of a gap there. I hope I'm not coming down with like a cold or something. That would suck. But yeah, I had this idea of making a snow globe junk journal cover, and so that is what we're working on. I knew it was going to be a multi-day, multi-step project, but I was totally for it. All right. Let me trim off again. So the front of this is clear packaging. I always save the clear packaging from different things that we get clear packaging on, so I use that. If you have, you can get sheets of it as well, but I'm like, why am I gonna buy it when I get free with packaging all the time, right? Thank you. And then the back is just vellum, and you can get the 12 by 12 is called Snowflake, and Michaels has them. So it's a whole pack and they had it last year, and mine is from last year, but they brought it back this year, which is really nice. I might get a second pack because I do like it. So it's all different variations, and just like with scrapbook paper, there was one that had like 4 pieces that you could cut that would turn into 6 by 6. So this is one of those that you could cut down into like a 6 by 6, which works perfect for this little size round or smaller projects. But yeah, if you're looking for some really pretty Christmas vellum that has little snowflakes on it, go check out your Michaels, hopefully before they sell out of it, and pick you up a pack. I actually need to go and check them out, because somebody was telling me that this year they also have like a black Christmas paper pack, so I need to go and look at it. I was told that I might like it, so I need to go check it out. I know they have a pink Christmas, which I want to get, so they actually have 2 different types of pink Christmas this year. Alright, so this is what it's going to look like. And this is the base, which is also made out of clay. 2 different types of clay. This is a wood clay, it has wood fiber in it, and it was an air dry clay. So, hi there, Miss Lisa Mary. How are you, dear? Alright, so let's get this glued down. And again, I'm going to bring out my glossy accents to hold this. The reason why I'm using my glossy accent especially is because I want it to be clear and not mess up or make this foggy. No, you're fine. I mean, I had to eat some dinner too. And I've been battling a migraine all day. So, you are totally fine, my friend. You are completely fine. So this is a great added. You can use it to glue things. Like I said, it acts like a resin and dries hard and clear. So it's perfect, especially in mixed media projects. And if you know me, You know that's my thing. I love the mixed media projects. So I'm going to put some back here for more stability, because this part will all touch my cover. The neighbor's dogs have been going on all night. Hello there, Miss Donna Sue. Welcome in, friend. Thank you so much for popping in. I really do appreciate it. And then, yep, I still have plenty of space to add this to it. Perfect. So I'm going to hold it down just for a little bit. Yay! You added your finished project. Wow, that's awesome. I'm really bad about posting pictures. Y'all know, and I'm so grateful that you guys are so patient with me, because I always forget to do that. Hey, Miss Renee, I saw you on earlier. How are you, dear? Thank you for the sprinkles. Now, I have been debating if I wanted to actually come in and paint this gold. I don't know yet if that is what I want to do. I think I'll end up figuring it out as time goes. So, alright. Now with this one, I'm going to use some of this, but I'm also going to use a little bit of well, I was going to use my hot glue if it would turn on. Well, when it turns on, I won't. Well, now I just need it to heat up. But this is my big Christmas journal project. She is gonna be quite large. She's almost 3 inches of a was it? Actually, no, she is 3. She's 3 inches wide as a bind for her spine. So she is definitely quite large. And again, this is just air dry clay. So, you know, if you ever were like, well, what types of things can I use in journaling? You can use whatever you want. Whatever you want. Who says that it only has to be paper? It doesn't. It could be whatever you want. I mean, I use wood, I've used all kinds of stuff. Talking of which, I need to actually sit down and make something. Well, that's taking its sweet time, so we're just going to hope and pray that this will be enough. I can always come back and add more glue if it doesn't. Okay. So this is what she's going to look like. Now, I'm not going to pick her up and shake her for you right now, just because I really need everything to dry. But she is going to be a full snow globe where you can shake her and she'll have, you know, if you do like this with her, the snow will move. Which in this case is glitter, chunky glitter. So we're going to set her to the side, and we're going to let all of this cure. So if you ever use glossy accents, you know that you want to at least give it a good 12 hours to cure. If you can leave it more, better. Okay? So we're going to set this to the side and just let it be. In the meantime, there is this really cute book that I found. and I have it under my desk. And I love Thomas Kincaid. And so I found this book while thrifting, and I'm going to actually take this apart because I want to use some of these images inside of that journal. So if you've never taken a book apart, I'm going to show you how. So this is the dust cover. We're going to take it off. And forgive me if you're going to find this to be a crime for taking apart a book. I know that there are those out there that believe that. I have a child that believes that too, so I understand. But if you think about it, many times these books that end up at a Goodwill, well, especially like this one was at a Goodwill. So it'll go to my store. It'll go to, if it doesn't sell, they'll send it to a different store. If it doesn't sell, they'll send it to the bins. And if it doesn't sell, it ends up in the landfill still. So I'm like, instead of it ending up in the landfill, let's do something with them. So I love to repurpose them. I will keep the covers because I will use these for bases for future journals, and then use all the beautiful pretty things in there. Hey, Miss Alicia, how are you, my sweet friend? I already had dinner, actually. Me and my daughter, we had some ramen and dumplings. Okay. You know, the instant ramen, nothing fancy. So if you notice this style of book, okay, you can see that it is, let me see if I can bring you guys down just a little bit more. If you notice the way that the book is bound, you can see that it is not attached to the spine, okay? Which means that I need to, what's attached is these back pages. So we need to remove this from the back pages, okay? Oh, the nor rice, those are yummy. Oh, the cheesy broccoli is really good. So, using your craft knife, you just come in and you're going to cut. And you're going to separate it. Okay? Like that. Okay, so now we have this pretty much separated. Pretty much. I might have to come back and do it again. Alright. So, now we're going to do the other side. So come on the other side. I saw that you have it coming up, sweetie, and I have you on my prayer list, dear. I will be praying for you and your surgery, and that all goes well. And that you'll be back on your feet before you know it. You know? That surgery goes well and that recovery goes well. So you make sure to let me know when you're back so that we know that you're doing good. I did see that. I am so sorry for your loss, dear, because a dad is a dad. So I'm so sorry about that. Okay, so see, it takes, sometimes you need a little bit of elbow grease, and that's all good. But here we go, look, separated. So again, I will keep these because this is good board. This will be great for, you know, to cover and turn into a journal. So I save all of my boards. Yeah, even if you send me a straight message, if you don't see me live, to let me know that you are okay, dear. And that everything went well. I would appreciate that. I like to know when my friends are doing okay. Alright, now, we did say that these were glued, okay? And from what I can see here, they have all been glued in. So, this one's going to take a little bit more patience than usual because the glue, the pages were cut into and the glue was let to seep in. So, this is where I told my husband I needed a special tool because if I had it, then I could just cut that off. But since I don't have it, we are going to use our heat tool and take pages off. Okay? So, if you have a heat tool, this is what we're going to be doing. So, we're going to warm up because, again, it is just glue. Okay? Now, this will take some patience. Aww. So there was a very special connection there. I'm so sorry, sweetie. You know, a daddy is a daddy. And it actually, I always say it means more when you have a daddy that stepped up versus one who had to be. You know, don't get me wrong. I mean, we all have some great fathers, you know, and some of us have some not so great fathers. But those who step up when they, you know, didn't have to, that's a special kind of man. So, you see how I pulled it off here? Let me bring this back up just a little bit. Oh, why is it so blurry? Do you guys see it blurry as well? I don't know what is going on. Is everybody else seeing blurry? I don't know what's going on with my camera. But what I wanted to show you was, you can see here the notches that were made from where they had notched the paper to put the glue in. So we're going to keep on heating, and I normally work a section at a time. So I'll pull all this apart, and then I'll and then I'll pull apart, and then apart, okay? So we do a little bit at a time. Hopefully it gets better. I'm sorry, the lag is also horrible. So I'm going to pull, we're going to try to pull as, you know, pull apart. And the book will tell you how much you can pull. Like the glue will, it will tell you how much you can pull. Okay? So just pull a little bit at a time. And you'll learn once you start taking books apart the different types of bindings that are used. A lot of the newer style books use glue. That was something that was introduced in the 1900s. Was to utilize glue versus sewing. So, a lot of your newer books, you know, have the glue on them. Now, I will say, because they have glue, I will have to come and trim off, because, you know, we don't want to have that glue in our journal. Okay? Wow. Wow, that's amazing. What a blessing. what a blessing that they did that for so many children, you know? And there's so many kids in our society that need those loving people. Like I said, there's got to be a special place in heaven for people that have that huge of a heart. Okay. So, see, we have all of this part done now. Okay? We're going to work in the next section. So they fostered 44 and they adopted 2. That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. I will say this is not always the cleanest thing to do, because obviously you're going to get some glue on you. You can't be... It was hilarious. My daughter earlier thought that I had grabbed my bowl, and she was like, "Oh, Mom, it's hot." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "Oh, I forgot that you don't feel hot. You've got something about not having heat sensors on your hand." And I'm like, no, it's just, you know, after you've touched so much hot stuff when you're oh, they adopted 3 children. Gotcha. Wow. See, so now we have a whole nother section done. But again, all of these you'll have to trim off because you don't want that glue. So let's do the next section. See, it moves pretty fast. So if you've ever wondered, like, how do I take, you know, a book apart that has glue, this is exactly how you would do it. You just have to heat up that glue binding, unless you have a specific type of trimmer that can trim bulk, like a whole book at one time, which is what I was telling my husband I need. I was like, "There's this industrial trimmer," and he's like, okay. He's like, "You do realize how big those things are?" I was like, "Yeah, I know. And they're also not cheap. Because you can't do this with a guillotine. The guillotine type cutters, they can't handle. Plus, they tend to move the pages. So. Oh. Gotcha. Well, that was nice that they kept the, you know, that they were able to help your niece as well. Again, a very special person, for sure. Ah, okay. Yeah, you know, sometimes, you know, we we all, you know, right at the beginning, many times, you know, things are not maybe the best at the moment. But that was great that they were able to help so that she could still be with her mom later when mom was ready. You know? Because that's the hardest thing, right? Because as a parent, you try. But sometimes you're just not prepared at the moment. Or things happen. I know of a similar situation where the grandparents took custody because their daughter was not ready to be mama yet. But that way mom could still be in the child's life, and when she would be ready, the child still grew up knowing, you know, grandparents, the aunts, you know, knowing their family instead of ending up in the system, because that's the worst, right? So, but not all grandparents can do that. But that was a blessing that they were able to help your sister like that. Okay, so let's get all of this goopy gunk. Well, it's not goopy anymore because it's dry. And then look at that. Now we have sheets of paper. And all we have to do is decide which ones we want. And again, I will have to come and cut this off because there's going to be traces of glue, and you don't want to have that glue, right? He was a very good man. So look at how beautiful these images are from, I love Thomas Kincaid. I mean, these are full-fledged images, and we can fold them and they will, you know, still give us a beautiful image. I think that is gonna work out wonderfully. So look at this one here with the kids. Again, because of the size of this, it will work for me to fold it for, you know, and it'll open up. I think that's really cool. Oh look, this one has a recipe. Lemon yellow cake. Huh. And then see, you can cut these little things out as ephemera and use them in your inside of your journals or things of that nature. But again, all of this will have to be trimmed because you don't want to have that glue in your journal, because if for whatever reason the temperature where the journal is fluctuates and this does get goopy again, it heats up or in any way, form, or fashion, it could stick to the other pages that you have. So you definitely want to make sure that you cut off and trim off that end right there. But other than that, you have a full page now that you can use. So whenever you see images like this, books like this, remember that they are great for adding into your journals. Aww. See? Yep, you were Daddy's little girl. You were Daddy's little girl. You know, he was your daddy. That's all that comes down to. And even these pages, think about it. If I fold this one in half, right, I'll have this cute image at the bottom. I can decorate the top here. Have this little horse, can decorate this other area, you know. So those will make some really cute pages as well. These are really, I mean, you could pretty much frame some of these images. They're just so gorgeous. Yeah, group homes are not the best. It's hard when, you know, to think that we have so many children that are in those situations. I am very glad that you were blessed to have a wonderful set of parents that got you out of that. Look, there's even a gingerbread recipe in here. Oh, I remember doing a puzzle that looked like this. That's so cute. So, it does take some time to pull these apart, but again, you know, absolutely gorgeous images. And it's very easy to take a book apart. I wanted you guys to see that it is actually not hard at all. You know, you just have to look at how your book was built to know how to deconstruct it, okay? So, even books that are hard-covered can be taken apart. Alright. This one did not have any tying, did not have any staples to it, or anything of that nature. It was just glued in. And the other thing that I liked about this book was the size, because I knew I could fold these in half and they would fit inside of a journal. The thing with a book that is glued is, as you can see, they do it this way, honestly, because it's cheaper. Because they can put individual pages in instead of them being signatures where they're folded already, and they have to actually like sew them in. So, you know, just look at how your book is constructed, and that'll help you to know how to deconstruct your book. Oh, look, that looks almost like the Swiss Alps over there. And a little log cabin. If you notice, all of the houses have lighted windows. And this was something that I learned by learning about Thomas Kinkade, is he is known as the artist of light because all of his homes have the glow of warmth and light, because when he was growing up as a young kid, him and his brother would come home. Both his parents worked. They would come home to a dark home because mom and dad would not come home from work till late at night. So when he became an artist, he made sure that all of his homes looked warm and inviting, because that's what he wanted to come back to. Oh no, I'm so sorry. That's horrible. I'm so sorry, sweetie. You know, even in the best of families, there's always what they say, a rotten apple, a bad apple. There's always a bad one. Sadly, there's evil in the hearts of men. So yeah, all this is taking it apart, and then I'm going to decide which ones I actually want to use inside of this journal. And I'm going to add other, like, hymnal pages, other book pages, dyed papers. I do want to find some printables to go with this as well. So I'll be looking for those. But this is going to look really, really pretty once it's done. Hopefully I'll get it done before Christmas. Really? Oh man. Would have been better if you would have stayed with your foster daddy, huh? I'm so sorry about that. Like I said, some people... But thank you so much for being here, everybody. I really do appreciate it. I know this part is probably the boring part, but I did want you guys to see that it is possible and it's not hard. You can get those hardcover books that you see that have pretty images in them or pretty pages, and you can use them. It's just most of the newer books are all glued together. Let's see how we're pretty much down to the end now. Yeah. I'm so sorry, dear. You know, even if we have a bad childhood, what we make of ourselves as adults is what matters. You know, many times we are put in or are faced with bad situations, but what matters is, you know, how we at the end handle things. And I think that you have become a wonderful person, regardless of the circumstances that were thrown your way. And I am grateful that you are here, that you come and hang out with me, and that you talk with me. And I'm very grateful for you. So thank you. Alright, so as you can see, there's still going to be some glue on there, which is why we have to cut it. Alright. There's still going to be pages that have glue on them. So we'll have to make sure that we get all of these trimmed up to be able to work. Huh. Wow. That's horrible. What the hell? What is up with this world, I swear. You know, try to always surround yourself by those who have a good heart and are kind, and leave all the negativity, enemy making people away from you. So, okay, this one, and so here we go. We have to trim off the edges, and just to make sure we don't have any of that glue. But then we can take these and we could fold these, or you could use them for backgrounds. If you're crafting, you can frame these. They're just super cute. I mean, you could do a lot of stuff with this. So, yeah, I hear you. I mean, he was doing the right thing. He wanted to protect you. So, if I were to take this one, and let's actually open this up and try. It's gonna be pretty long, but we can still try to find. So after I've trimmed it, it measures 3 5/8. So I would say it is about 5 3/4. Haha! I wasn't that far off. I wasn't that far off. That's good. I'm glad that I'm not that off with my measurements. And so see now, if I fold this, right, this can be added in as a signature, and you can open it up. And even if I have another page here, we still have a cute little image here, and then we'll have a cute little image there as well. Right? So that's going to be one page. Yeah, I mean, he was doing the right thing. He was protecting you. No, he was doing the right thing. He was being a man and was trying to protect you. So. You know, that's what a good man does. He protects. He doesn't hurt. So thank you, Miss Yvonne, for hosting these events on the Double Trouble group. If you guys are not joined in the fun and part of her free event group, then please make sure that you do join and share in all the fun events that she hosts. They are free for you to join in and watch. And I mean, if you're a presenter, reach out to her so that you can join us. So, and thank you for being here and chit-chatting with me and talking with me. I really do appreciate it. Aw, high school sweetheart. Aw, that's so sweet. Ooh, under one eye. Interesting. That would be hard. I think those hurt right under the eye. Like, I don't know. I think that's one place I don't know that I could get a tattoo because of, oh, that, I think that would hurt. That has got to hurt. You know? Being like right under the eye, that's got to hurt. That has got to hurt. But yeah, now I have my book taken apart. Now I can pull out my pages that I want. And I'm going to show you again. And let's see if I can... So I can bring it around. You see that? And look, the pages are going to fit really nicely. See how tall they are? So they'll fit really nicely in here. But this is I'm not going to move it too much. But this is my little, and he's gonna, you'll be able to shake him a whole lot more. I just don't want to really do it until this is fully set, you know. But yeah, that's it right there for you guys to see. See that? Look at how pretty that is. And I have this for a dangle, so it's gonna be a nice, large, chunky journal. And I made this out of a Christmas bag that I got. I used a Christmas bag. So if you haven't seen those, definitely check those lives out. Hopefully you'll be inspired and try something like that. Make your own, of course. Oh wow. Wow, a long time. Yeah, my kid's father was my high school sweetheart. I had all 3 kiddos with him. And we did get married almost right out of high school. So Aww, that's so sad. That would have been nice if you guys had been able to keep touch so that you know, would have been able to be together. But, you know, the Lord always has different plans. It's not always what we want. So, yeah. But thank you again for being here. I really appreciate you guys. Hopefully you guys are inspired to try mixed media on your journal covers. You know, it doesn't just have to be fabric or paper. You can use things like clay and wood and metal and all these other amazing things that we have. And then try taking a book apart, guys. It's actually a lot of fun. I enjoy it. So hopefully you will too. Thank you so much for being here. Miss Alicia, thank you for chatting with me tonight. I appreciate you. Miss Yvonne, thank you for hosting this event and for allowing me to be part of it. Guys, I'm going to go and take me some more meds, and I am going to go back to laying down. Because this girl does not feel good. So, that was not good. See, I ran away. I ran away to get married. So, yeah, not the best of stories, but it is what it is. So, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. You have a good night, Miss Donna Sue. Thank you so much for everything. Yeah, go have your dinner, dear. Everybody, be blessed. Have a great weekend. I know that Miss Yachty is having an event tomorrow. And I believe Miss Yvonne is in it. So definitely check them out, okay? Love you guys. Have a blessed weekend, my friends. And I think I'll see you guys again on Monday.